Hello, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Today, I want to speak on narcissists and how to destroy them. In order to deal with a narcissist effectively, you have to first understand what you're dealing with. You cannot deal with them in a way you would deal with a normal person. Narcissists lack empathy. They are incapable of being happy. They are miserable people. Anyone that is insecure, spiteful, jealous, hateful, vindictive, always negative and unforgiving would have to be. There's so much information out there about narcissists from a psychological standpoint. After my encounters with them, I was married to one for 13 years and we had a child together. I also dated another for 3 years. Of course I didn't know, during that time I was dealing with narcissists. That discovery came years later. Adding to my in-depth psychological study of them, I had my own personal years of experience with them. I think I can say, unfortunately, I'm quite experienced with the narcissist. Dealing with them from a psychological standpoint, I find isn't helpful at all. It's spiritual warfare. This is why therapists and psychologists can't help them. They tell you straight up, we don't know exactly what's driving them or how to cure them. You can't counsel or treat demons. In order to deal with them, you have to go outside of science and carnal solutions. 2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. The medical profession is not ready to address spiritual situations, and they are definitely not going to tell you to seek God. Corinthians 2:14. The natural person does not accept the things of the Spirit of God, for they are folly to him, and he is not able to understand them because they are spiritually discerned. At the end of the day, you're dealing with demons, if not the devil himself. Yes, you heard me right. Lucifer was the first narcissist. That in itself should tell you therapy is not going to help them. Let's deal with the spiritual side of narcissist. What's their purpose? To destroy you. If you find yourself in the path of a narcissist, understand you're under a serious spiritual attack. Narcissists are usually only after you to keep you from your purpose. What that means is, you must have a pretty important purpose in the kingdom of God. I believe I touched on this before when I spoke about the chosen ones. Narcissists will try to destroy anyone in their paths. Chosen ones are at the top of their list. Narcissists are sent on an assignment to hinder your purpose for God's kingdom. I said before, the demons that drive the narcissist, if not Satan himself, know who you are before you do. They know who God has his hands on. Sometimes God will allow certain attacks because he will use them to wake you up. God knows the enemy has only the power God himself granted him. My last encounter with a narcissist is actually what woke me up to the spiritual attacks I had been experiencing. The only way to destroy a narcissist and take your power back is through God. You have to surrender yourself to God. That means you have to be ready and willing to turn away from sin, your own sinful lifestyle. You can't call yourself rebuking demons or asking God to free you of the narcissist demons when you don't want to let go of your own. Think about it. You're asking God to do something for you, but you aren't willing to do what he wants you to do. You don't get to pick and choose what demons you want to stay. Meaning, if you have an open door to sin anywhere in your life, you can't expect only maybe 2 to come in and God will take up the rest of the space. Light and darkness can't inhabit the same space. 2 Corinthians 6:14. Do not be bound together with unbelievers, for what partnership have righteousness and lawlessness, or what fellowship has light with darkness? God and Satan, or demons, can't occupy the same space. You're either going to have one or the other. So it's illogical to think you're going to rid yourself of demons if you aren't willing to let God completely into your life. That's the only way. A lot of people won't tell you that because they don't want to lose viewers, they want your money, and or they themselves don't want to make that change in their own life. I want you saved and happy, so I'm going to tell you. That's my responsibility as a believer. You can't have one foot out the door. You have to shut it completely to all demons. Will everything change overnight? You won't change overnight. Once God sees you're truly willing to give him your heart, he will then start working on you. You have to be willing to do the work also. He's not going to force you. You need him. He doesn't need us. That's how I got through it. Only God can bring you through that and restore you to wholeness. It is literally spiritual warfare. I talked to God so much during my healing journey. He showed me so much during that time. I remember reading comments from people praying that the narc hoovers them. Pray that they don't. Their only goal is to break you down to a shell of nothingness. Then once you become that empty shell, they will place you on their mantle or fireplace and admire their work. These are people that will come into your life just to wipe the smile off of your face. They will draw you in just enough to make you feel safe, then they'll cut the cord and wave at you laughing, watching you fall. Everything is spiritual, and if you can learn to look at everything from that perspective, things will make more sense and it will be a lot easier to walk away from them and never look back. You have to allow God in because there will be some things you will have to do in order to be totally free of the narcissist, and only God can get you there. Also, God requires it. I'm not going to touch on it now because that part comes later, one step at a time. So, in order to beat a narcissist, you have to surrender your life to God. That's the only way to get your revenge all the way across the board. Satan wants your soul. That's what it was all about in the first place, keeping you away from God. Oh, and beware of those monitoring spirits. You ever wonder how the narcissists reach out just when you're starting to feel a little better? Monitoring spirits. The same way psychics operate. Demons carry information. They watch and listen to what's going on and take information back. That's how the narc knows when to reach out. A demon whispers in their ear, "Maybe you should reach out, they seem happy a little bit." Then here comes the narc, back to ruin your happiness. So that's how you beat a narc. Don't expect to get free and completely healed any other way. Narcissist trauma can cause brain damage. Therapy won't fix that. Only God can get rid of demons and completely restore you. Okay? Maintain your peace, guys. If you don't have it, get to God to get it. Like, share and subscribe. Bye for now.